Hello everyone. Today is lesson 100 where you and I do a TOEIC test together, and today we're going to look at 3 difficult questions and I'm going to show you how easy it is to get the answer. So join me for the lesson and learn something new. Let's get started. Question 118. Pause your screen if you need time. All right, to understand the main idea of this question, let's talk about the word as. As is used in many different ways in English. I know that. When it is followed by subject verb, it has 3 main functions. The first function is while. I drank coffee as I was studying. I drank coffee while I was studying. I ran into my friend as I was walking to work. I ran into my friend while I was walking to work. So, same meaning there. The next meaning is a comparison. For example, he runs as fast as I do. So we run the same speed. The test was as hard as I had expected. It was the same difficulty. My expectation matched it. The third way, which is being used on this TOEIC question, is because. For example, I'm really tired as I didn't sleep last night. So I'm really tired because I didn't sleep last night. In this TOEIC question, you can see as is because. So let's simplify the sentence. The company got the contract because it had a blank bid than its main competitors. Now that we have the main idea, we can use grammar and context to get the answer. In the TOEIC sentence, we see then its main competitors, THAN. Therefore, we have a comparative. For example, something is ER than. It is harder than the last test. Something is more than. It is more difficult than the last test. Something is less than. It is less difficult than the last test. So we need a comparative. We only have one comparative in question 118, worthier. Therefore, C is the answer. Next question, 121. To get this answer, we can rely a lot on grammar. Let's start eliminating incorrect answers. First, eliminate rather. Why? Well, first let's understand the use of rather. Rather can be the adverb version of the verb prefer. In this form, it is subject would rather verb than verb. For example, I would prefer to go for a bike ride than a jog. I would rather go for a bike ride than a jog. Notice after rather, I do not have to verb. Rather is an adverb, so I just pick a verb. Here's another example. She'd rather live in a big city than a small town. So, she'd prefer to live in a big city than a small town. So that's one way to use rather. The next is rather than. This means instead of. Notice rather than. Here's an example. Rather than coffee, I decided to get tea. So instead of getting coffee. Rather than work for someone else, I started my own business. Notice the then, rather than. Finally, you can use rather to start a sentence. The test was not difficult. Rather, comma, it was quite easy. Notice the comma. I didn't stay quiet about the problem. Rather, comma, I told my boss directly. So, for this TOEIC question, we see none of these forms. For it to be correct, you would need rather than for this TOEIC question. We do not have this, so eliminate A. Next, eliminate B, in addition. If you start a sentence with in addition, you need a comma after it. Here's a simple example. I lost my wallet. In addition, comma, I misplaced my cell phone. Now, you can also have in addition to noun or verb ing. Here's an example. In addition to losing my wallet, I misplaced my cell phone. Notice I have the to before the verb ing or the noun. For this TOEIC question, there is no to before having. If we said in addition to having television channels across the nation, this would be correct, but we don't have to, so it's wrong. Next, eliminate along, so C. You need along. When you use along, you need along with to equal in addition to. Here's an example. Along with losing my wallet, I also misplaced my cell phone. It's wrong to say, along losing my wallet, I also misplaced my cell phone. If we look at this TOEIC question, there is no with. We do not say along with having television channels. We have no with. Therefore, the answer is D, besides. It is a preposition that means in addition to or along with. Example, besides losing my wallet, I also misplaced my cell phone. Notice there is no preposition after besides, and that's fine. Therefore, once again, the answer is D. Let's look at 134. To get this answer, once again, simplify. So the main idea is you can watch shows for free the first month and will pay $10 a month blank. So we can guess that after 1 month, we will have to pay. Therefore, the answer is thereafter. Thereafter means after that time, after that point, after then. Let's look at 2 examples. The government removed limits on electricity providers. Thereafter, prices increased by 80% for most residents. Or, prices increased by 80% for most residents thereafter. So it can go at the start of the sentence with a comma after it, or it can also go at the end. One more example. The team signed a new player. Due to new information about his past, he was released 2 weeks thereafter. So after he was signed. Go back to the TOEIC question. You can watch shows for free the first month and will pay $10 a month thereafter, after the first month. So once again, the answer is A, thereafter. All right, I hope you learned something. Please subscribe, like, share. This is my 100th TOEIC lesson with you where we do it together. I hope you're improving your score. Please give me feedback and thank you all for your wonderful support. Have a great day.